So are diode lasers really as powerful as advertised? Well, let's find out. Hey everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of James Dean Designs. If you're new to the channel, love laser or CNC, make sure you hit that little subscribe button in the corner to get all the latest tips, tricks, tutorials and reviews. It literally takes a second and is right there. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be myth busting. Are diode lasers really as powerful as advertised? Now, the reason I'm asking this question is ever since I got a laser, there's lots of things on the internet and social media saying that manufacturers pump up the values, they're not as powerful as advertised, and obviously there's always the classic thing of advertising input power instead of the output power. So I thought whilst I've got a few lasers in the workshop, we would crack this one open and get an answer to that question. Now, we are going to be doing it using the very official method of popping balloons. Of course, I am joking. I do take laser safety very serious. Most of the time. But what I did was reach out to a company called Laser Lines, and I asked them for a device that was able to measure these types of diode lasers, and they were very kind enough to send me one of their demo units of this, the Pronto 250 by Gentech Electro Optics. Now basically what this does is you shine the laser into it for 5 seconds and it will measure the output of that laser, or ultimately the power of the laser beam hitting the little sensor here. Now the range of this is as low as, I think it's 1 watt up to 250 watt, so it's more than capable of measuring all the diodes that we are going to be covering today. Now the lasers that I have in the workshop at the moment and are going to be testing is the 5 watt laser from Fox Alien, the 5 watt laser from Saint Smart, we have the 10 watt laser from Sculpt Fun, we have the 20 watt laser from Fox Alien, and also the 20 watt laser from Laser Tree. So we've got a good range across 4 different manufacturers. Obviously, I am not a science expert. This is not a science lab. I'm just somebody that likes to mess around in their workshop and learn things along the way. But in saying that, I've tried to do as much as I could to make these results valid. So for example, I kept the temperature within a certain range within the workshop whilst I was testing them all. I tested them at different measurements away from the meter consistently, and also did multiple tests at those measurements to get the averages from them. So as I say, we're trying to make this as valid as possible. So we started with the Fox Alien 5 watt laser, and the averages coming in for this were between 5.3 and 5.4. So straight away, one myth busted that diode lasers can't output over 5 watt. Well, technically they can. It's only 0.3 or 0.4, but it is over 5 watt. So that was good news straight away. Next up was the Saint Smart 5 watt laser. Now this started to come in at 4.4 to 4.5, and naturally I was disappointed. So I started to dig into this just a little bit more, and I found this chart on the bottom of the page for the LC40. And what we can clearly see is it says the 5 watt laser only actually outputs at 4 watt. So this is a difficult one. Yes, it's outputting technically more than what they are claiming, but they are burying this information at the bottom of a page. Saint Smart, if you are watching, you're a better company than this. I am one of your biggest supporters and will continue to do so, but you cannot missell the wattage output of your laser. You cannot advertise a 4 watt laser as a 5 watt. As I say, you're a better company than that. Please cut it out. Next up was the Sculpt Fun 10 watt laser. Now if you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know that the way they achieve these higher ratings is to combine diodes together. So for example, a 10 watt would contain 2 5 watts together in order to get the output desired. Now another myth here that's often spoken about is, well, if you combine 2 lasers together, there's often about to be some extra power loss in that process. So in theory, 2 5s can't add up to 10, it's more like 9.5. Well, I was pleasantly surprised. The output of the Sculpt Fun 10 watt laser was actually 10.5 watts. So again, hitting above the mark and achieving the output that it is actually advertised at. Next, we take it up a level and we have the Fox Alien 20 watt. Now in the same way as the 10 watt, the way 20 watts achieved is with 4 diodes combined together. Same principle I was expecting was this to come in under 20 because of extra power loss combining them all together. But again, pleasantly surprised, this came in at 22.4 on the average. So again, above what it was advertised, and it just means that we can have a bit of confidence in those lasers and the power that they are cutting. And to be honest with you, these 20-watt lasers are very powerful. And we continue that through with the Laser Tree 20-watt laser. Now this was averaging at around 22.8, so actually the highest one. I haven't fully reviewed this laser yet, so it's going to be interesting to see what it can really do. But as I say, the fact it is outputting above what its rating is obviously great news. So that's 5 lasers over 4 different manufacturers, and for the most part a positive outcome. That starts to give us some confidence as a consumer that the lasers we are purchasing are actually true to what is advertised. Obviously that's not going to apply to all manufacturers, this is just 4 different brands that I've tested. And we also have the issue of people confusing you with input power versus output power. Maybe that will get solved over time. Obviously any lasers you've seen in today's video, there will be links to them in the description area below if you want to check them out. That is everything for today's episode. I really hope you found it useful and enjoyed it. Please give it a like and a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and final thanks as always goes to my patrons. I will see you all on the next episode.